What's up?
All right, everyone. We're going to get started on the next presentation. So this next presentation is going to be led by Ogo. He is a co-founder of a TikTok agency based out in LA. I'll let him introduce himself and start his presentation. What's up, Ogo? Thanks for joining, man.
What up? What up? Thank you. Yeah, so my name is Ogo, founder of 13th. It's a influencer marketing agency, kind of like an extension of my social media marketing consulting agency. And so, yeah, I managed Bravo. He was a fall 2019 artist in the Backline program in Milwaukee, and then as well as run the 13th. We typically do a lot of brand campaigns with brands like Champ Sports, Cash App, Gymshark, Montclair, Lululemon, etc. But also recently started working with some record labels as well, like Republic, Human Resources, Island Records UK, and a lot of our dancers are, a lot of our dancers are known for like popular TikTok dances, like the Savage Dance. Trying to think which Captain Hook by Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat Say So, some of the ones like Benet, Super Lonely, and more. And so yeah, put together this TikTok presentation for y'all. It's just gonna be walking through some TikTok basics. The goal is to have all y'all with the TikTok account by the end of this, and just to get the first video up, get you with some accounts to follow. And so, without further ado, see if I can share the screen here. Oh, dope. Okay, sick. All right. So just a little bit on TikTok. In 2018, it was bought out by this company ByteDance, or I guess this company ByteDance, which owns TikTok. It was called like Douyin in China. They bought Musically, which is a popular like lip syncing, dance, and music soundbite platform. So they merged the two platforms, became what's now TikTok, and that's where it kind of just rocketed to popularity. They started doing a lot of heavy advertising, and now TikTok has roughly 1 billion monthly active users. 60% of the users are between the ages of 16 and 24, and that number jumps to 80% between the ages of 16 and 34. So just like off rip, try to erase all the convictions that like TikTok is just for little kids. Like there's so many people on TikTok, and there's so many different little like niches, and just avenues for people to use the platform and explore and find content. And so with TikTok being the way that it is, it's, to me and a lot of other social media marketers, it's got a higher return on investment than most influencer campaigns that you'll see on Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat or really any other social media. Just because with TikTok, you can really put up a video with absolutely no following and still get 1 million views. And that's just like unheard of anywhere else. That's just by nature of how the algorithm works and by how the platform is set up. You notice that whenever you go onto TikTok, you start on the algorithmic For You page, which is the just homepage, one of the two homepages. There's one for the algorithm, there's one for the people that you follow. And so everyone starts on the algorithmic homepage, and which just allows for anyone to get views. Like you put up a video and someone's likely to see it somewhere in the world. And so last part is a little bit more 13th geared, but ordinary TikTok users go viral daily. 13th connects industry-leading brands and record labels to high-level talent with consistently viral engagement. We try to do that to make sure each campaign has its highest chance of success and give each song, dance, or product the best chance at reaching the most people. So I think with TikTok, really, I think it's going to be a lot easier to show you all better than I can tell you, just because it is inherently a video platform. And so if you don't have TikTok now, take a pause, go to the App Store, go to the Play Store, download TikTok. These are all some starter accounts that you can all follow just to get kind of an idea, I think, as an artist, as a producer, as a DJ, whatever in the music industry. Just an idea of some accounts you can follow to see how different musicians and artists and personalities are using it. And so give you a little second here to download it. But we have some more known artists like MXMtoon, Lizzo, Jonas Brothers. Some examples from some middle tier like artists with around like 100,000 followers, 300,000 followers. Justin Bernardez. Had to include Bravo. He's been singing his heart out on TikTok, trying to get some followers, and been doing pretty well at it. So I'm going to include some examples from him, and then some other examples as well for the more producers or DJ like focused accounts that want to kind of keep their face off of it, really focus it on the music. Have some examples there as well. So we're going to open up here, show you an example of MXMtoon. Oh, it says sharing is paused. Matt, can you see this link that I'm sharing or no?
Did you already click on this on the?
Yeah, it just pulled. Wait, let me try this. Okay, that didn't work.
So click on the link and then go to your share button, and it'll give you different options.
Oh, I see. Wait. Let me try this.
There we
Can you
go.
see it now?
Yep.
Okay, bet. All right, so this is just an MXM Tune video. She's like a pop, I think like bedroom pop is the genre. And this is just her doing one of the famous TikTok dances for K-Camp Song Lottery.
Oh, go. Please tell me you know how to do that dance.
I mean, I got the Savage dance down. It's on my Instagram if y'all really want to see it. Like, I be busting it down on TikTok. But I mean, so like obviously like TikTok is inherently like a dancing platform, and so a lot of the content is dance based. But that's not the only angle that you have to take with it. You can really just kind of hop on there and do anything. And so you can see here, or let me reshare this again. Or can you see this one now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, dope. Okay, so here we have Lizzo's account. Lizzo's account really like she just posts a bunch of videos that really have nothing to do with her music. Like sometimes it'll be music based, but you can see like she's posting a lot of content, which is super recommended, and she's really just kind of engaging with the platform and just doing stuff that everyone else is doing, or she's just throwing her own spin on it, like just hashtag ASMR, and it's just her making some eggs. And so, as an artist, like you can hop on there and you can promote your music and you can do all that other stuff, but you really don't have to like force it. You can just kind of hop on and engage with the platform and really just take your own angle with it. And so popping back here, some more stuff from the Jonas Brothers as well. And so with that, that's like there's a bunch of different like filters, effects, and challenges that you can do on TikTok. And so I think the Jonas Brothers are another example of an account that kind of, they just embrace what's popular, they embrace the trends, and they try to follow what other people are doing, which is a really just easy way to get views because people like to, once there's a trend, people like to just see more of it and see everyone's different rendition on it. And so a lot of artists will do all the different, the dances or the draw something with your nose challenges, just because their followers like to see like, their favorite person or their favorite personality's rendition of whatever the popular challenge is. And just like, I feel like it makes them just seem a little bit more down to earth and like personable. But on the flip side of that, so outside of the challenges and everything, you can really kind of start to, I think where it really gets special is where you start to ideate your own voice, your own brand, and your own kind of lane in TikTok. And so Justin Bernardez, he's like a producer / artist. And he got really, really popular for making this series of how to make a song like X artist. Like he'd say how to make a song like Drake or how to make a song like Post Malone, and just really got known for that style. And so here's an example of, oh, that's not it. Hold on, let me see if I can. Justin. All right, so this is a Drake and the Baby one.
Today we're going to see what it sounds like if Drake and DaBaby made a song together. First, we need a sound that DaBaby would use. Next, bring in the beat. Next up, the lyrics. For this song, DaBaby's going to go first. You heard that I'm up, I say, oh no. What been doing no wrong up the po-po? Yeah, your boy, he alive, Pinocchio. Next up, Drake. Out of my way. Drizzy DaBaby and they know our name. And next, the ad-libs. Let's go. Yeah. Mix the ad-libs together. All right, let's hear it. You heard that I'm up, I say, oh no. What we doing no wrong as a po-po. Let's go. Yeah, your boy, he alive, Pinocchio. Out of my way. It's Drizzy DaBaby and they know our name. Doing these faces, no one said. Today we're gonna.
And so, yeah, he just took off with those. Like he did the Drake the Baby one. I think he did one with like Travis Scott, the Migos. Trying to think who else. Just a whole list of artists. And so I think even kind of going that route, I think it really gets easier to use TikTok when you see what other people are doing and what's working for them, and then you find something that might interest you as well, or some kind of lane that you want to go to. And so, with Bravo's account, that was one thing we were kind of trying to figure out earlier. We were like, okay, how do we, took like 3 months for him to get on TikTok. I was like, bro, get on TikTok, get on TikTok, get on TikTok. He's like, nah, it's for little kids. Like, I'm not into it. And then eventually it was like, just saw something that was like, okay, well, maybe I can try this. Or like, this seems kind of fun. Like, okay, I can do these videos and it doesn't feel so forced. And so after a few months, stumbled across the Justin's videos. And so he started doing those and it was like, oh, this could be cool. Like, I could definitely make a song like Frank Ocean or like Post Malone or et cetera, et cetera. And so after I think like even like 2, 3, 4 tries, um, ended up making a Post Malone rendition of the How to Make a Song Likes. And I can pull this up here.
How to make a Post Malone song. First, find a nice guitar loop. Yeah. Throw some drums in that thing. Yeah. You gotta give it a little Post Malone sauce on it. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I want you around, even though I know I let you down. I got habits that you won't allow. I'm drinking till I'm blacking out. I want you around. Hey.
And over the course of like, I think like 2 weeks, it just blew up. He had, I think at like whenever he started, after the first few videos he made of like the How to Make a Song like Frank Ocean, I think he did the Baby and a couple other ones. He went from like 200 to like I think 1,200 followers. Like it was like a lot faster growth from when he went from 0 to 200. Uh, but then as soon as this Post Malone one went, he rocketed to like 6,000 followers and like literally overnight. Just tons of views, likes, like engagement across like more than just that post. Like people would go to his profile, go watch the other videos that he did of that kind of genre / style where he would do the How to Make a Song likes, and really just like the first 3 months of his TikTok account he wasn't really seeing the first 3 months of his TikTok account he wasn't really seeing much growth, and there we go. He wasn't really seeing much growth, but then as soon as he really started down this lane, just saw his account just exponentially grow, exponentially gain a ton of following. And I think that's really just a really easy way to get started for any artist who's looking, they're like, what do I do on TikTok? How do I post? What do I post? Like, what's going to be right for me? I think a lot of that just comes from like hopping on the platform, spending time on it, and just finding something that's in your lane. And then you can even just start, fighting someone else's style, so to say, and just post those and post those and post those until you get a following. And then after you get a following, you can, tease a little bit of your own ideas, tease a little bit of your own content, and start to branch out from what got you big. And then I think by that time you should have a good idea of like, what you want to do, what kind of content you want to make, and how you want to present your videos. But so we have 2 more examples here: Rapid Songs and Goal Sounds. These are 2 quick examples of like.
I have a quick question on Bravo, just
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Local artist from Milwaukee, and then he went through the program. Did you see any like as his TikTok account started growing, did you guys see those numbers increase maybe on his Instagram, Twitter, or streaming numbers?
For sure. I would say more so with Instagram and a little bit of Twitter, just because with TikTok, you can connect your Instagram and YouTube profiles. And so, naturally, like when people follow your account and they find you, they're like wanting to see, they want to know where they can see more of you. And so you can actually add like a link in bio, but that's a feature that I think you have to have a couple 100,000 followers for. Like not everyone has that. But yeah, as these were growing, we just started to see like a little bit of an increase in his Instagram followers for people who were like, oh, like this guy can sing. Like in the comments, people would be like, "Oh, like drop the full sound on SoundCloud, please. Like this is so cool. Like it sounds just like Post Malone." And so I think kind of having that stuff set up like prior to the video, I think like what would have helped us would have been if he had like a couple of videos that like showed a screenshot of his, you know, Apple Music or his Spotify account, or showed a screenshot of his SoundCloud, or like right after this video dropped something where it was like, "Oh, full song available here," just so that when people click to his profile, they could like go search for more. But yeah, I mean, I think the streaming benefits really come in whenever you use TikTok, whenever you use your song as like a sound for like the dances and stuff that people do. That's where a lot of those artists who are seeing like a streaming uptake is, because like the dances are becoming really popular and people are hearing it a bunch of times, and they go like Google the lyrics and they're like, "Oh, like what is this song?" For example, there was this like Brent Faya song "Trust" that we ran a campaign on, and it really just popped off like organically. And I think like a bunch of people were just using it to like lip syncing. They were just lip syncing part of the song, and I don't even think it was properly tagged like as a Brent Faya song. But people were just Googling the lyrics off of like what the TikTok sound was, or it was like I think it was like "Hood Fame, Everybody Know My Name, Where I Come Through," that one part in "Trust." They just Googled it. They're like, you could literally see it on like the Google Trends, like that specific part was just getting Googled over and over and over again. And that song ended up hitting like the Spotify like top 50 viral charts or whatever it's called. I think they ended up getting like over 30 million streams from that song, and it I think had like 600,000 videos created to it, and it was literally just like something people thought was cool to lip sync. And so yeah, the streaming benefits definitely come from like when people reuse the song over and over and over again for like an official TikTok sound. But definitely good to build a following like across platforms, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, or even just TikTok. Just having all those connected and being able to link back to the other platforms, like make it easier for people to find you like everywhere.
Dope. Thanks.
Yeah. But then, so for the producers and DJs, people that are, you know, making mixes of songs, making beats, making instrumentals, I wanted to include these two examples here: Rapid Songs and Goal Sounds. I'm just gonna do a quick, let me fix the sharing. What's this one? So Rapid Songs, or Rapid Sounds, whichever one it is this sharing right? There we go. So they make edits to different songs, like really just popular TikTok songs. So like, let's say like they'll do a Doja Cat mix with like Savage or something like that. Rapid Songs, I think, has 6 million followers, and I think Goal Sounds at like 4 million. There's a couple other ones in that genre that pretty much do all the remix stuff. But outside of building a following, it's honestly, this is a really creative way to build income off of TikTok. I work with a couple of these pages on some of our music campaigns, and they charge like $1,500, I think, to make a TikTok mix to a song, anywhere between like 1,000, 1,500, depending on their following. And so you actually will see like a lot of the different creators like Charli D'Amelio and Addison Rae, the popular like hype house TikTok girls. They'll follow a lot of these accounts because they're always looking for new songs to dance to. And so like these accounts will kind of do these mashups with really popular TikTok songs, or just like really good songs that they like. They'll add in a couple like special effects that are really popular and like home to TikTok, really specific to TikTok. And yeah, it's become a thing where a lot of different labels or a lot of different artists who are trying to like break their song or just get their song some exposure will come to them and have them do a mix for like, I guess, their TikTok debut of the track. And so then different creators will use it. Like this is one of our creators, 3 Corey, who does like what's called transitions. They're like these video edits. But this is one of the Rapid Songs edits. And so that was like a 24K gold, and I forget the other artist, but just a mashup of those two songs. And then you can see on this Goal Sounds page, just to give you kind of a page or an idea of what their page looks like. So they just make these sounds, then they pretty much just throw edits to like different TikTok dances and different TikTok dancers that are kind of familiar faces, which I think is a really easy way to grab views, because like people will be scrolling through the app and like they'll see a Charli D'Amelio face or one of the Lopez brothers, who are also like Hype House members. And Hype House is like the famous collaborator house, if you're unaware, where a bunch of like, I think there's 17 TikTokers that live there, and they just live in the house, make dances and content all day, or it's literally all they do. But yeah, so this is Goal Sounds, and they'll just make their TikTok edits, and they'll just post like different just different TikTok creators. Throw a bunch of like special effects and edits on it just to keep people engaged. But yeah, like if you're into making mixes and have like ideas for like, oh, like these two songs would sound cool as a mashup, definitely would encourage you just to throw some ideas up on TikTok and just like see what happens. And to that point, another friend of ours, Carnival, William Carney, just started his TikTok. I think he started last summer, but didn't really do anything with it. And like we were chatting about like different ideas for him to get onto TikTok, and he's like, like, what do I do? How can I get on there and get some, followers or clout or whatever, just start promoting my stuff. And he's like, I've had these ideas, like I want to do these cool mashups with different artists like Billie Eilish and Post Malone or yada yada yada. And then finally just got around to it this week, and literally like I think he had 76 followers. Like what's today? Wednesday? I think he had 76 followers on like Sunday night, and now is at like 800 followers after like 4 videos. And he's just been doing these mashups. This is a Billie Eilish and Post Malone one. And so he's had like I think 2 different videos go like viral where they're getting, I think that one got like 4,600 likes. The other one I think had like 10,000 likes so far, and like they're still going viral. Like TikTok kind of goes through waves. No one really knows how the algorithm works, so like you can kind of read up on it or watch the YouTube conspiracies about like how it works. But like I guess one of the more popular theories, or like something that's at least somewhat proven to be true, is that there's like tiers of like virality. So like at the first tier is like your video gets shown to, let's say, like 500 people. And then based on the engagement there, like based on how many likes or comments or watches it gets, I guess TikTok will score it, and then it'll move up to the next tier and get shown to maybe 2,000 more people. Same thing, how many likes, comments, rewatches, shares, etc. And then just kind of keep moving up those tiers and like just get shown to more and more people. And so, it might take like going back to Bravo's video, I think it took like 2 weeks for it to reach like 400,000 views, because it would go viral, and then it would get a bunch of attention like in like 2, 3, 4 hours, like really quickly. Like he'll see 1,000 likes, 2,000, 3,000 likes, and then it'll kind of calm down for a little bit, and then like 3 days later be like, holy crap, like he just texts me like, yo, I just got 50,000 more views, and I'm like, what? It's crazy. And so yeah, I think a lot of people kind of make the mistake of like they'll upload a video and it doesn't go viral in like 2 hours or in a day or 2 days, and they'll be like, all right, I'm gonna delete it, or this is dumb, or TikTok's not working for me, whatever. But I think it's really, really important to just exercise like just patience with it and just wait. And like you could have a video that does nothing for 2, 3 weeks, and then on the 4th week, for whatever reason, just gets picked up by the algorithm, gets shown to 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 people, and then all of a sudden you're getting 1,000 followers overnight, and you're like, where did this come from? So I think it's really, really important with TikTok. Like I kind of liken it always to like just playing basketball at the gym. Like you could be the worst basketball player, and if you just throw up 100 shots, like one's gonna go in on accident. Like it's just going to, like, you're gonna be like, how did I make that? Like I did it backwards, like hook shot, whatever. I think it's just like, you got to put up those 100 shots, and you got to just try, and just on the faith that like something is going to work. Just try it 100 different ways, 100 different times. I think the most important part with TikTok is just the consistency of it. And then once you do get that one that goes in, that one shot that hits, just try for it again and try to recreate it that same way. Try to, shoot it the same, and just go down that style of videos. And if, it doesn't work again, then cool. At least you know that something did work. So it's just a matter of like finding what will work for you consistently on the platform.
Hey, Ogo, just for time, I did want to start going over some of these Q&A questions that people are sending.
For sure.
But I think some of these you're going to answer, so I'll let you do the presentation, and then we'll do some of the Q&A.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just run through this last part then. It's kind of just like a best practices. I just had a couple more examples. We can just skip those for later. But yeah, so just to run real quick, just kind of best practices for TikTok. I kind of went over some of these a little bit, but just to kind of hammer them down, I would say number 1, use TikTok. Like it's so much easier to understand when you like are on the app and you know what's going on. Like when I say things like Hype House or Charlie or Addison or like some of these, bigger names that are on the For You page a lot. it just makes a lot more sense, and you're able to like be a part of those conversations when you just know who these people are, how they are important, or what they mean to the app. So I'd say even 15 to 30 minutes a day, just scrolling through the For You page, like find a couple people to follow, like music accounts, random funny accounts, it doesn't matter, just be on it. Number two, just embrace TikTok, like take it for what it is. Like some of it obviously is like really cringy, like, I'm not gonna want to do those dances. But there is some cool stuff on there. There's some funny content, and like there's something for everyone that I would say. Like we have one of our clients, she's a mom who literally goes, I'm making lunch for my kids, and like makes lunch for her kids, and like that's all she does, and has 2 million followers doing it. So just find your lane, be authentically you, and like you'll find your fan base, you'll find your followers. Number three is just don't overdo it. Like you obviously want TikTok to drive to other stuff, and like you don't want to, you don't want to lose sight of that, but you don't want to make it too heavily focused on that. And I'll pull up this real quick example. Ron Suno, he's a cool artist. He has a song Pinocchio that's like super dope, and he's very good at like engaging with different TikTokers and like reaching out to TikTokers and having them collaborate with him. But like kind of went overboard on this Pinocchio challenge and like getting everyone to do it, and like it was literally everywhere this guy went, he would do the Pinocchio challenge and like try to get it off the ground, and like it never really took off. And it kind of, I think it hurt his engagement a little bit, because like people started to just see through that he was really just using TikTok for promo and didn't really want to watch that all day. Like that's where it made like everybody do it, like everywhere he went. And I mean, it did like pretty well. He got like I think 50,000 videos created to it, like over the span of the time, which like good for him and definitely had a streaming impact. But you do want to make sure you have that balance with your account, so you don't like lose that audience that you spent so hard, working to build. A really good tip I heard from TikTok when I went to their office in Culver City, they were saying, are you like a fan of your own stuff? Like put yourself in the eyes of an average viewer. Would you watch the full video if you didn't know who you were, didn't know anything about you, you just, came upon it? Would you watch the whole thing? I think that's a really good tip, just like creatively to just stay in that lens of like, would I watch this? And then lastly, stay current. Don't hop on any trends that are like weeks after they're over. It's just like, it's not going to do as well as it really could if you're on top of the trend, like when it's happening. So that kind of goes back to just being on top of the app, like be in the know, be in the watch, and just stay on top of things as they're going on. Interact with all the different users, like comment on other people's posts, respond to the people who are commenting on your posts, like use features like duets and reactions, and also live streaming. You can actually earn money live streaming off TikTok. There's like a gifting platform that they can do. You connect your PayPal to it. One of our creators, I think, made like $600 on a live stream the other day, and then just like bought a dog with it. Like it's crazy. So yeah, definitely build up a platform in live stream, because you can actually earn money on live streaming compared to like Instagram and YouTube, where I don't think you can do that yet. And then of course, just like have fun. Like it's not going to be fun, or it's not going to be worthwhile if you're just forcing stuff and forcing content on there and forcing content on your followers. Do what's fun to you. And even if that's only one video a week or 2 videos a month, like if they're good and they're fun, you might get a ton of views on them, and that's all you need to do to upkeep with your account. But yeah, and so hop into these questions here.
Can you see the Q&A section?
Yeah, I can see it. I think I have to minimize this or something.
Or I could just read them for you too as well.
Okay, bet. Where's this?
So it says one of the questions, and I know this is a big topic right now.
Oh, wait, I see. My bad, go ahead.
No, we're just like with the conspiracy stuff, I think that's a lot of people are just skeptical right now in life. But with TikTok being a Chinese app, should we be concerned about intellectual property theft or other security issues that have been brought up over the past couple of years?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, tough question. I guess without getting super political with it, I would just say like, I think there should be security issues or security concerns with any just app that you're using. There are a lot of things in the App Store that you're like giving permissions to without even like knowing. Like there are a lot of, I think like, like everyone kind of knows how like, you say something and then like an hour later it pops up on your Instagram feed for an ad and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why is that there? There are a lot of apps that people download, like even like Siri, I think like collects your voice data like just throughout the day and like sells that to advertisers. So it's always a concern with anything you download or anything that there's a terms and conditions that you agree to. I would say just like read through those and be comfortable with them and, know what you're agreeing to always.
What kind of TikTok campaign would you recommend to promote a new song?
Yeah. I think to promote a new song, I think first off, like before spending a ton of money on TikTok, like there are a lot of TikTok creators and a lot of people with like influence and a following. Like you can literally hop on there, like probably find a bunch of like random high schoolers who have like 100,000 followers, and most of them will take like $30 to promote your song, or even like $10. Like a lot of people aren't making money on TikTok, so when people can start to, like, they get really excited for it. So if you do have a budget, even if it's like $100, I would say just like hop on there, hop in people's like DMs on Instagram, or if they have an email, email them. Negotiate as much as you can and try to like talk them down on pricing. But even if you don't have a budget, like just hop on there. I think like a couple different artists have just like made their songs pop off by like uploading their video and doing something cool with it, or doing a creative concept, and then like that one video got tons of views and ears on the song, and then more people started to recreate the song, like recreate the video with that sound, and then just kept, exponentially growing from there, and people just saw it without really any budget.
So just like having them, just like if you can't afford to pay someone to,
Yeah,
create a
if
thing,
you
just
can't afford it somewhat, yeah, I would say just upload, and just upload it yourself. Like like Bravo or Carnival or some other creators who have literally blown up without even really like doing anything. And there's this one example I can pull up actually. Uh, where's my screen share thing? Screen share. Uh, there we go. Or no.
We can still see
All
it.
right, there we go. Okay. It was like not showing up on my side. So this is a random creator who like popped up on Lizzo's page, and she actually made a video to his stuff, and he got like 200,000 followers off it, I'm pretty sure, and he was just making a remix of like a Lizzo song, and she just happened to see it because his original video went viral.
Is out here making these motherfucking remixes on here. Who the fuck is this mashup invisible fucking DJ? Tag them in the motherfucking comments.
Well, I'm a DJ and I also do remixes. So I took her song Good as Hell and I mixed it with Adele's song Rolling in the Deep. Here's how it sounds.
Yeah, and his account like blew up after that. Like he got tons of followers, tons of clout, and I don't know what his following was before, but I don't think it was anything too crazy. But like all it takes is one video to just blow up. Granted, that wasn't like his original song, but to the point of like you can upload something, get a ton of views on it, and like it can travel so much further than just your one video.
What is the maximum length that TikTok videos can be, and is there a recommendation length?
Yeah, the max length is 60 seconds. There's some weird rules with like original audio versus like the official audios, whether it's like 15, 30, or 60 seconds. I would say just I think keeping them shorter helps out a lot. This is just like more my personal opinion than anything. I think keeping them shorter, helps out a lot, because the more rewatches you get, like it serves your video better to like, the TikTok algorithm can see, oh, this person watched this video 5 times or 10 times, like must be a good video. So I would say just keep them short, especially when like they're dances and such. Like those are the videos that really are going super viral. Like you don't see a lot of 60-second videos going viral, because like you have to think like by nature of how the platform is, it's like a very short attention span thing. So it's like if I'm not interested in the first 5 seconds, I'm probably scrolling, and if I have to wait 60 seconds for like a punchline, like it better be funny. Like there's not a lot of time to waste on there. So definitely make use of the quick grab you have whenever people do, click onto your video.
I'm gonna put one more question. Let's see here. I think this is a question I've asked you just personally, but like the whole hashtag thing. Can you talk a little bit about like, the questions? What are good hashtags?
Yeah, I think
how important is it to use it or not to use it?
Yeah, hashtags. I would say like if you're strategic about it, like a lot of people used to use the For You page, like FYP or hashtag For You, to like get on the For You page. It doesn't actually do anything to get you on there, to most people's knowledge. There's no like correlation or known benefit. The only real benefit to like a hashtag is like, let's say I use hashtag sweatshirt, and so like maybe someone wants to go look at just sweatshirt videos and they look through the hashtag. So like if you get really, really high on that hashtag and you're like one of the top 10 videos, like you'll probably get some views off of that. Based on like the analytics that I look at for like a lot of my creators, like most of their videos aren't coming from hashtags. It's coming from like their following, or it's coming from the For You page. Like very rarely will we ever get a campaign, or will we get a post where like a majority of their views are coming from the hashtag. So like I think to start out, it's a little bit helpful, and it might, you know, grab some eyes and ears, which might help like the initial views. But overall, like I wouldn't stress too much about like researching a good hashtag. I don't think it's going to be, I think I'd just put the time into like creating content.
Actually, one more question. I think this is a really good question. What if you're sampling? Does that get flagged or copyright infringement?
Yeah, I think with Carnival, I was just talking with him the other day. One of his videos that he uploaded, like he was doing one of those remixes. I think there's like a thing called like Audible Magic Reference or something. I think it's like what YouTube Content ID uses and like all those different content matchers or whatever. I think when they flag like they flag original music or whatever that's other people's and not your own, I think they just like automatically tag your track as that song. So like usually it'll say, if I upload a video and I just put up a video with some original sound, it would say like original sound at Ogo, like with my username. But I think whenever you use like some other people's audio, it might like, it's not like consistent. Like I've seen it done for some people and I've seen other people get away with it. But like if it does flag your audio, it won't like take down your video or anything. It'll just like change the audio name to whatever the real song is. Sometimes there's takedowns. There's really like a lot of inconsistencies with TikTok. Like sometimes there'll be video takedowns or audio takedowns, but like I think it's more so for like inappropriateness or like some unknown reasons that TikTok doesn't really release. But for the most part, you should be fine with sampling or like, you know, any music that's not yours that you're using.
Cool. Lastly, man, thanks again for jumping on and doing this. How can people contact you? Like what's your social media, or if there's an email or?
Yeah, for sure. My stuff is down here, phone number, email. Probably email me because I don't answer my like calls at all. But but email me, Ogo at the13th.co. Yeah, and any questions you have, happy to, you know, we can, if we like email first, definitely happy to like hop on a FaceTime and talk through some stuff, or hop on a call quick, or just work out like any other TikTok questions you have.
Cool. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.